What is going on, guys? It is Lely2SX here, and this is episode 12 of my Master League Online series. I start off this episode where I really should have ended the last one, because if you look in the background you can see I lost connection to the server just before I found the opponent, and for some reason I got a loss for that. So I think at least near enough half my losses have come from these stupid losses to the servers. But now we're going to the first match of this episode, and you can see I was fired up from the very first kick as I play more through one-on-one with the keeper. He rounds him and makes it 1-0 in the first 5 minutes. I was all over this guy, and then just after the hour mark I got the second goal. He realised that I had a 2-goal lead. This guy was struggling to keep up with me throughout the whole match, so he just decided to disconnect and I got the win. So now we're going to the second match of this episode, and I'm guessing I was playing against Tony Pulis, as this build-up play of his just had Stoke written all over it. He was like this all match, and he plays one over the top pretty early on. For some reason, I don't know why Lolo doesn't put a challenge in here, and then it just becomes way too easy for this guy and he gets an early lead. But then not long after half time, Jack Moore wins the ball with a brilliant slide tackle, because that was one that just took enough just for the ball to keep the counter-attack alive. So you can see I got a Real Madrid style counter-attack, a lot of quality one-touch play, get Makakula one-on-one with the keeper, he sprints into the box, he composes himself, and then doesn't hit just one post, he actually hits both posts, and it goes in and makes it 3-1. You can see I was all over this guy, and he was trying to do that through ball over the top all the time, but he only actually got successful once right at the start of the match. That's what happens, he just basically kept giving me the ball away, and it made it way too easy to play against him. But now in this match you can actually see from the very first attack why I wanted the extra height from Makakula. It gives me options, I don't have to literally flick on the ball all the time, and you can see that was a brilliant chest control from him there, and that was the only goal of the match. He did disconnect, I had a few more chances, he didn't disconnect straight away, but that's the way the game was going. It just looked like it was just going to be like such a big scoreline. And then the next match, again, as soon as I get a bit of momentum going, I get disconnected from the servers. So I can never get more than like a 4 or 5 match win streak, because just purely for the sake of the servers. But then in this match I get off to a terrible start, as I don't know what Lolo was doing in this attack. He seemed to respond about a second too late after everything else had happened, but he plays a lovely through ball to Costolos, who takes a good first time shot and makes it 1-0 really early on. He gets off to a really good start. But then just after half time I get a bit of luck as Albin rolls his defender, but then he's really slow to get off the mark. He gets tackled, but it breaks kindly to Minandinho, who makes it 1-1. Then with little over 10 minutes to go, some really poor play from the other player here as he gives the ball away to Moore that close to his own goal. Moore has time to pick his spot and smash it past the keeper on his near post, and he makes it 3-1 and kills the game off. So now you can see I'm playing against a slightly stronger team, and this was a really tough match because not did he only have a slightly stronger team, he was actually a good player, but it got decided with one moment really early on in the match. I got Minandinho through one-on-one with the keeper. I went for a first time effort, but he decided to delay and take an extra touch, but it didn't cost me. Luckily it actually won me the match. You can see it's really tight from every aspect. Alright, I had a bit more of the ball, but everywhere else was pretty equal. So after the match I decided I wanted to sign a defender, but not just any defender. I wanted to sign a footballing defender, so it gives me that bit more confidence to play out from the back. Not just that bit more confidence, it gives me that bit more ability to play out the back as well. But Chivu is a brilliant defender, and this was actually before the update, so he actually cost 637. Now I think he costs double that, or near enough double that. But yeah, he's not just a brilliant centre back, he can actually do a good job in defensive mid as well, and he can actually play centre midfielder as well. But the only thing that lets him down is his lack of pace, but to me that's not really a big concern because I know how to position him well. But now we're going to the match, which still leaves me scratching my head. First of all, I don't know how on earth the keeper reacted so quickly to that deflected effort. He even jumps to the ball. That was just a bit of a piss take. When I saw that I was like, now you're just taking the piss. So first of all I was thinking that was not right there, but then you can see all these chances that I'm actually wasting, or forcing really good saves from the keeper. I should have definitely had about a 2-goal lead by now, but then this is the moment which just swung the match in a whole different direction. A good little trick there from Albin, and then a good little turn, gets a decent effort on goal. He should have really scored, but as I go for the follow in, I obviously just went for the ball, I never actually went for the player, but you can see I got a red card for that. The ball had almost gone out of play, and the ref still had actually sent him off, and you can see, look, that's what you call pure annihilation. And then even though I was down to 10 men, I still had quite a few chances, but then there was one moment that was not long after this, you'll see it in a moment. Makakula kind of up there alone was forced to go make his own chances, but then he plays us through ball over the top, which he had been trying all match. But Chivu gets the ball, but for some reason it didn't acknowledge that I pressed the pass button, so that happens there, and he gets one-on-one with the keeper and scores. And then again Lolo, as I tried to go for the header, it just doesn't seem to work. So that was twice it happened. It wasn't like I wasn't pressing the buttons, I was pressing the buttons, but they just didn't seem to respond. And then here you can see the keeper made another brilliant save. I don't know how his keeper was on such great form, because even though he could have been on red, he could have been on top form, it was bloody one of them standard goalkeepers. And then look at the goal he actually does let in. It goes straight through his legs, and that is actually classed as an own goal. So I was so surprised. But then the moment I actually got myself back into the game, he does this for 10 minutes. I was thinking, oh my god, are you that scared? I don't have a formation to combat this sort of play, because this is, thankfully so far, this was the only guy who actually did this against me. So I've still not seen the need to go ahead and do it yet. But then by the time I actually get the ball to go out of play and so I can change my formation, it's a bit too late, but I still went for it anyway. But in the 90th minute, as soon as that happened, he got the free kick, and then Lolo again, who had a terrible match this match, just somehow didn't win an unchallenged header, and you can see he got the 3rd goal. And then at this point I stopped trying, and he got the 4th goal. But I can't believe the guy who was so scared. He was 1 goal to the good, and he was 1 man up, and he still, just for some reason, I don't understand people that do that. Normally if that was me, I'd stamp my authority on the match and just go and run away with the lead. He had no ambition to go further forward. But then in the next match I get up to a flying start. Didn't get a goal, but I just was so pissed off and so riled up from the last match that I was just going to take it out on this guy. And then in the first 3 minutes you saw I had a good effort on goal, hit the post. But then just for 10 minutes you could see a lovely little turn from Moore, a lovely little trick, shall I say. And then for some reason he just felt like he was dribbling like Messi here. You see how close them touches were. I think it might have been a morale boost for taking on that defender. But then here he gives the ball away to Van Boerad, who plays in more, and the keeper comes out, and I don't think even if he stayed back on his line he would have saved that shot. It's a great strike to make it 2-0. And then here I think this guy just pressed the wrong buttons at the right time, if that makes sense. Almost panicked like it felt like, because no one does that from there. And if I haven't already said it, Chivi's got a brilliant free kick, and you can see it here as he makes it 3-1 and kills the game off. And that is the end of this episode, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, remember to subscribe. And thanks for watching, guys.